so incredible. We are acing your space. And I have been waiting, you don't know, every time I see Nancy, I go, Nancy, when am I getting to do a Plow and Hearth show? I'm like, all my paycheck is going into Plow and Hearth. This is the Prismatic bird family that is brand new. It's an iron wall sculpture. It's for indoor or outdoor use. Trust me, if my daughter sees this, it's 4 o'clock, she's at home right now, she will want this in her room. But to have this outside, you're going to get the little blue, the red, and the gold and yellow. You get them all together, 22 inches long, 8.5 high, 4 inches wide. It weighs 3.4 pounds. And you can see that you can either nail it into a log or nail it into the side of a tree. Can you imagine the other birds coming and landing here going, what are you?
Why aren't you moving?
What are you? And you're not eating anything.
Right.
This is adorable.
I love this metal sculpture. It's so great. A lot of people have already purchased our prismatic owls. So we know that you love those. So we created this prismatic bird family. So you've got almost like a little yellow bird, like a goldfinch, a little cardinal, and perhaps a bluebird. But this is made for vertical decorating. Now we have it here on this log, but this bracket right here is what you're going to use to screw and nail into either a tree. Maybe you could put it into a lamp post.
You just have a large screw on one side, and then they're balancing it on the knot of the wood. So on this one, I turned this sideways. So if you're going to put it on a tree, just so you can kind of see the depth, I want you to see how dimensional every single one of them really is with their eyes. But this would go onto a log or to a deck, and we've got 2 screws right here. That's all that you need to do. And guess what? The screws are included.
Everything is included right now. Here's what's cool. Prismatic means multi-dimensional, multicolored. So that's what's really cool about this metal sculpture is Plow and Hearth has designed this. So as you showed, it's got that depth to it. It's not just flat. But look at those eyes right there. Those are all those layers of googly eyes of metal. That's what makes us love like birds and owls so much. So they're sort of stylized. So they're giving you that kind of look like, hey, I'm in your yard and I'm, gonna just take over. And they're so adorable. All these different layers of metal right here. The painting is absolutely beautiful. This has been tested to be left outside, so feel free to go ahead and put it on. Like these actually are pieces of wood from my wood pile. So if you don't have a tree, don't worry about it. Just take a piece of wood and go ahead and put it on. And then I love tucking these actually amongst potted plants. So even if you don't have a tree, put some potted plants around it, so this sort of gives you the look of a tree. But if you have a fence post or you have something that you can put it on, absolutely go ahead and do that.
A higher raised deck, maybe where nobody would hit their heads underneath, you might be able to post that along with the 2 screws along the deck. And when you're looking at this, remember this is 22 inches long. 8.5 high at the highest, 4 inches wide, it weighs 3.4 pounds. The leaf detail, the screws that are included, the sturdy bracket that they made sure that with the 2 screws that you're going to get that stability. There's going to be so much fun. And I mean, when you look at these owls, I mean, so what are we thinking? Are we thinking that we got a mama and 2 babies here?
I think it's just a bunch of birds that seem to kind of get along.
Girlfriends
so we've got maybe
getting
a
together.
bluebird, right, exactly. They're getting together and they're shopping together. So we've got a bluebird, we have a cardinal and a goldfinch. And the other neat thing is, don't feel like you have to bracket it to something, because if you want to set it down, you certainly can.
If you find a way to balance it, you'll find a way on a pot like this.
Yep, you can. You can do so many different things with it. They're absolutely just charming. I think people really love the eyes in particular because they just sort of are that sense of humor, and that's what I like about Plow and Hearth. They do such a great job of bringing that fun element to your garden, because you're showing your personality in your yard when you're decorating.
We'll have to put this up very high because Grace can jump pretty high. Look at that, even on the side of your house. Did you see that? That was on the side of the house. So when you have an idea of a place that you'd like to put this, if you know somebody who loves owls, who loves birds, really it has more of that owl theme and also to the bird theme, so it's going to be up to your interpretation. This is going to welcome everyone in with the cheeriest expression that you can imagine. M45477. I'll tell you, if you haven't had anything from Plow and Hearth, the quality here is beyond superb. It's all about detail, and because Prismatic, it's really, these are three-dimensional birds.
Yes, they are.
It's not just the front that you're seeing. Here, do you want me to turn mine? Mine's easier.
Yep.
Yeah, because you just have one screw on
Yeah,
there.
I do. You're right.
Look, I'll show it, turn it this way, because I've got, and both screws are included. So this is it coming from that straight angle. Do you see?
And they're even decorated on the
tail
back.
feathers.
You've got the color and everything on the back.
There's the tail feathers. There's the open work. Mm-hmm. There's the open work that goes, so you can leave these out year-round.
Yep, exactly. And no matter where you're looking at them from, the back, the side, the front, they've got that painting on them that's beautiful. And the nice thing about this is this gives you something to do vertical decorating. Lots of times we have things that sit on the ground. And that's great too. You want to have things tucked in and amongst your plants and so forth. But it's really nice to have elements that are up higher so that you can see them maybe from your window in your kitchen. You have it out on a fence post out by your pool. Or maybe you have it on, you know, your mailbox. This would be adorable next to your mailbox if you happen to have like one of those wooden posts.
I like
or
things
a tree
that just,
that's, you know, in your yard.
Exactly, and I like things that just make people smile.
Absolutely.
And you see this, and it's color, and it's fun, and they look like they're sitting right on that tree line.
It's like you're about to sing a song, right?
Oh, exactly. Right on that edge, right there. I love it on the house, too. And for those of you getting it, you will get the screws, you get the sculpture, $39.95 for this amount of detail. I wish we had a comparable retail value for something like this, because to me, this would be so much more expensive if you bought it from any of the really high-end catalogs. This is what Plow and Hearth specializes in.
They really do. You know, Plow and Hearth is known for bringing you items that are unique, that are different. They create their own products. This is one of the things that the designers at Plow and Hearth created, so that you can have something that's unique and sets your yard apart. Why have something that everybody else has?
I don't want that.
Have something that's different. Have something that shows your love of birds or your love of art. You know, and a lot of these pieces that you're going to see really remind me of things that when you go to those juried craft shows, you know, and you pay money to go in and see the artists and see their beautiful crafts. Unique. Really unique. That's what Plow and Hearth does for you. They give you those things that are unique and different and artistic.
Those of you who love to entertain outdoors and to be able to bring happiness and a smile to people's face when they're in your yard or walking by, this is the sculpture. It is brand new. It's M45.